You know what time it is? It's December o'clock. And I would like to give a special brother shout out to December Celebrant, which is the very first time we're giving a shout out on this platform. How did I ever miss that for October Celebrant? We are the most special. But December guys are just very lucky. How does it feel to be born in a month where it's just giftings and celebrations and Christmas and decorations and just awesome, awesome time, great music, lovely movies, just relaxing. How has it been? How has the year been? What are you feeling this Christmas? Are you excited? Are you hopeful for more to happen in the year for you? Have you had a rough year? Are you a bit disappointed? Let's talk. And if you're new here, my name is Mukwe Fashaki, and a burning topic in my heart this moment, or will I say this season, is planning. So let's talk about planning. What does it mean to plan? I'm a Christian, and oftentimes you would hear this particular expression. I'm hopeful it would happen. I'm standing on faith. You want to make critical, major decisions in life, and people just wing it. You wouldn't believe me if I told you that decisions as critical as you deciding to have a child. You know, I, I think that one blew me out because marriage is a big deal. Well, people could even decide to get married today and tomorrow they say, oh, nope, I'm good, I'm out. But you cannot unhave a child. A child is a lifetime, eternal responsibility. Even when they are 40, 50, 60, you do not stop being a parent. But I've seen people just get into having children without even planning diapers. Unbelievable. These are not less privileged people, don't get me wrong. These are not babies born out of unpalatable circumstances. These are people just winging life. Honestly, if you're surprised, you couldn't have imagined my shock when I discovered this. I think that is on the very far end. But something very consequential as well is planning to move to another country entirely. I mean, I use the word planning there loosely because people just pack their bags these days in hope. No plans, no concrete plans, not even where do I stay when I land in the country. Does this country want me? Is this country suitable for me and my goals? Is this country a place I would like to dwell? What is my short-term aspirations? What are my long-term aspirations? How do I attain them? People just, maybe John had gone and had prospered. Why can't I? Hell, I'm packing my bags, boom, I'm out. People decide cities they want to live in, careers they want to venture into, businesses they want to do. People decide. I've seen people who don't even put any thoughts into whom they want to marry and have children with. You want to begin your lineage, propagate your ancestry, and you don't even care about what is important to you. What do you want to see in the next generation? What do you want to not see? What do you want to continue? What do you not want to continue? There is this one that we are almost all guilty of: planning our time properly. I'm quite very guilty of that. If I wanted to go somewhere by, let's say, 2 p.m., something I always forget to plan is that it takes me about 10 minutes to get down to my car park. I sometimes factor that 10 minutes into my commute time, and that shifts the time entirely. So listen, let's take wisdom from wisdom himself. There's this part in the Bible where Jesus said, who is he who would want to start something, start a venture that wouldn't sit down Maybe that's why I sit down more these days on this show rather than standing up, because we have to sit down. I want to boil rice. Let's boil rice together. How would you boil rice? Tell me. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to come up with how you boil rice. I'm thinking about how I boil rice myself as well. 3, 4, 2, 1, 0. Great. So how do you boil rice? Many of us would just, yeah, I'm gonna boil rice. Get a pot on the stove and put some water in there. Wash the rice, add salt. Voila, it's done. Did you even wash your rice? Okay, I'm not judging. However, it's your food. You eat whatever you prepare. All right, well, I wash my rice anyway, a couple of times. I'm not wasting water, but I'm washing my rice. So, we assume we have the rice at home. We assume we have sufficient rice for the number of people that are required to eat that rice. See, planning has to be granular, as detailed as you need to be. So, let's boil rice again. What do you need to boil rice? You should first of all sit down and ask yourself, what type of rice does my audience want? White rice, basmati, colored rice. There are different types of rice I see in the store. Jollof rice, fried rice, Chinese fried rice, stir fried rice, whatever the case is. Do I have the resources to make this happen? Do I have enough material to go around? When exactly do they want this? Is it breakfast? Is it lunch? Is it dinner? Does that influence or affect what I do? Do I have to get to the store to get some more rice? Great. Do I have the right pot size to prepare enough rice for my audience? So I don't just hear boil rice and I grab 2 spoons and I boil rice and it shows up there are 6 people who are visiting to have lunch with me, but I've only cooked 2 spoons of rice for them. You need more material, more information to deliver on the mission of boiling rice. All of this is even in the pre-planning phase where you're finding out information. We are in a dispensation where the cost of search is almost zero. In the days of our parents, you got to go to the library and sit down and pour through textbooks and materials and journals. At some point, we began to use encyclopedia and Carter. It still requires some kind of search. You get some humongous Windows 98, something like that. But now, you could even get information without searching. Just speak to your phone and some AI give you details. Yet, it seems as if as cost of search became approached zero, the inability to search increased. Like, psychologists, help us here. What is happening to us? You could literally tell somebody this plane goes from Lagos to New York, and they still ask you, where is the plane headed? Like, it's right there, Lagos to New York. And this is the fundamental reason why our plans, even when we make them, they fail. Because we haven't sat down to get the requisite information we need to formulate a solid plan that even when the storms of life hit our plans, we still have something going on. The meat of the plan is still solid. It isn't thrown out by the wind. Now let's go back to boiling rice. So when I figured out the population for my rice consumption, the type of rice they want, the time of day they want it, I see if I have enough materials, resources, water, gas, whatever medium you want to use to cook the rice. Now, if it's white rice, I haven't traveled around the world that much, but I've been a couple of places and I haven't seen a place where they just sat down and ate white rice alone, nothing else to the rice. So you've got to find out, what does your audience eat white rice with? And you make plans for that as well. So let's say you want to travel, you don't just get your bags and travel, you find out requirements for your destination. Do I require to get a vaccine? Do they have anything endemic in that country? Are there areas to be avoided? What is the travel guidance for that particular country? What is the favored airline I should pursue? Which hotels are favored by tourists? Do I want to have a tourist experience or the experience of a local? If that's the case, what do I need to do? Where do I need to visit? So you see, beyond, I want to travel to Japan. You're here digging up more information based on the kind of experience you want to have for yourself. You are not just copying and pasting somebody else's experience because the person could be fluent in Japanese and here you are, you can't even say good morning in Japanese. So if you went ahead to replicate their own experience, you're going to have a very horrible holiday. So for boiling your rice, you want to find out what your audience eats the rice with, and you make proper plans to make that available as well. Very importantly, the texture of the rice. My dad likes his rice soft and soggy. I don't. I like my rice solid. Each grain has to stand as a grain of rice, not mashed up. Interestingly, some other cultures eat their rice mashed up like morsel. It has to, you kind of pound the rice itself. So you've got to find out if that's the kind of boiled rice your audience wants. Then you plan properly. So you see, a lot of things go into planning to get the outcome we desire to see. When we do not sit down, as Jesus said, and count the cost. Do I have enough to boil rice for 6 people? My friends are going to Maldives. Do I have enough to go to Maldives? Or do I just say, no, see you some other time? Or when you guys come back, you grab a drink. I cannot afford this trip. You've got to sit down and count the cost and see that you have enough to cover the expenses. These are the words of Jesus before you go ahead. Unfortunately, many people, and even the followers of Jesus, we jump ahead. We make no plans, then we begin to faith it, hoping supplies will come along the way, hoping some wisdom will just bounce on us and we know what to do. Per time, we just want to keep praying some men of Issachar that understand time and seasons, but we don't even understand the season of planning. So that brings me to the next part. What are you planning your 2025 to look like? I know it's the season to be jolly and merry, and nobody's talking about New Year resolutions or planning yet. Well, that's where our New Year resolutions fail because we just whimsically come up with things we've made no plans for, no plans on how to achieve them. Why do you even have to wait until the 1st of January to decide how you want the year to be? When many people have already sold out tickets for the whole of the year since September 2024. So when you see them closing out O2 Theater, selling out Rogers Center, it's not just coincidence. These are things that have gone into plan 2 years prior. Yeah, so don't just appear on the scene of life. Don't just happen to life. Put some pen and paper and start your plan. A new year is significant, but so is a new day, and so is a new month, a new hour, a new minute, a new second, a new moment, a new opportunity. And today is a new opportunity to make resolutions and make plans. And that's when you can sustain that energy and drive for the new year. If things didn't work out so great, or if things haven't worked out so great thus far in 2024, it's not the end of the world. Many people are in the same situation. Some of us only just have more things to be thankful for than to be unthankful for. But how to make things work out is to sit and have a review. Review what it has been, what you have done, what the result has been. Determine the results you want to see henceforth, and review how to get those results. Then you make plans towards that. And ladies and gentlemen, that is planning. We might just have more conversation on this planning topic as time goes on, because we need to talk. We really need to talk. There's a brilliant English saying that if wishes were horses, beggars will ride. We are not beggars. We are king's children. So we've got to plan and get successful results. Good success. Have a lovely December and talk soon. Bye.